Thank you for joining us. Today we will be reviewing products from QoR Watercolors by Golden. Watercolor paint is soluble in water and easily resoluble as well, so it can be reactivated after it is dry, unlike oil and acrylic paints. QoR modern watercolors use an exclusive binder that provides more pigment in every brushstroke while retaining the best qualities of traditional watercolors. The intense colors can be let down into subtle washes by adding more water, so a little bit of QoR goes a long way. We're going to wet a piece of watercolor paper. Using some quinacridone magenta, you can see how the bold, intense color at the top of the page becomes more transparent as it is diluted with more water toward the bottom of the paper. Quinacridone magenta is a non-granulating color and produces a smooth, even wash. If we use some ultramarine blue, you can see that it granulates. The pigment creates a more mottled appearance as compared to quinacridone magenta. QoR watercolors include 3 unique grounds for allowing artists to move watercolors beyond traditional surfaces. QoR watercolor ground is a brushable base coat with a smooth, absorbent surface. QoR light dimensional ground creates a dimensional, absorbent surface that can be applied smoothly or used to create a highly textured surface. QoR cold press ground creates a rough surface that easily accepts color and produces variations in staining. For a smooth surface, skim the top with a wet palette knife when applying. We have dry samples of each of the 3 QoR grounds as well as a piece of watercolor paper. We're going to wet the bottom half of each. Painting each substrate with Indian yellow and ultramarine blue, notice how the paint reacts differently on each surface and how it bleeds and blooms differently when applied to wet versus dry areas. Now we'll go back to the first board we created and show you how to get a chromatic gray using QoR ultramarine blue and burnt umber. Wet the remaining third of the paper and then, starting at the top, create a wash with ultramarine blue, working down to the middle of the page. We'll do the same with the burnt umber, starting at the bottom and working up. The resulting mixture in the middle creates a wonderful chromatic gray. Chromatic grays are always made from a mixture of colors rather than simply black, and as a result can be much more vibrant and interesting. The last product we're going to look at is Lift Aid. In this case, Lift Aid has been applied to half of a piece of watercolor paper and allowed to dry. Then various QoR colors have been applied over both the coated and uncoated sections of the paper. See how the colors applied over the top of Lift Aid are more easily removed. Colors applied over Lift Aid can be more completely removed from the paper than the same colors applied without Lift Aid. Many artists like to squeeze 2 watercolors into a palette or empty pans and allow them to dry. Just like traditional watercolor, QoR is easily re-wet and works well in this manner. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have questions, please visit our website or contact our product support team.